Hi guys, as always, we're going to jump right into it here. Today's issue we're going to go over, let's call it, is how to get out of a listing contract. So, whenever you sign a listing contract, the real estate board of Vancouver anyways, only accepts contracts of a minimum of 60 days. However, what a lot of people don't know and what a lot of realtors don't communicate with their clients is like, it doesn't matter if you sign for 60 days, you could sign a listing contract for 2 years if you really want to, but the minute you sign that contract, you can technically cancel it at any time. It's your home, it's your property, it's your investment. You're allowed to do with you want. If you've decided to not sell, you can come off the market. So it's not like we have to keep you on the market for 60 days. You can come off the market at any time. The problem is a lot of realtors don't communicate this, and there's two types of documents that you want to, there's two types of documents to take your home off the market, and there's two ways you can do it. Let's say the realtor hasn't owned up to their part of the bargain and you don't want to work with them anymore and you want to look at other agents. This is where a lot of people will send you what's called a cancellation agreement. The problem with that cancellation agreement is there's a clause in there that says if you sell this property within 60 days, you have to pay that commission, and if you signed it with a new person, you're actually going to owe 2 commissions at that point, which is obviously not fair. If you fired someone, you shouldn't have to pay them any money. Some people do sign contracts saying you will pay us for some of the marketing we've done. I don't see that too often though. So a cancellation, make sure you read in the middle of that, it's a one-pager. In the middle of that page, it tells you if there's that 60-day clause on there. Something you want to avoid as a seller if you are going to relist it with someone else, or let's say you're selling to a friend or whatever the case may be. So the actual piece of paper that you want to get from someone when you're terminating a listing is called an unconditional release. Pretty much, you sign an unconditional release, the seller signs it, the listing seller signs it, and so does the company, the brokerage, and then you're off the market. There's no questions asked. You can come back on the next day in essence. If you've signed that cancellation, which has that 60-day clause in there, it's a lot harder to come back to market. The real estate board wants you to sign that unconditional release. So if you want to get out of your contract, if you decide not to sell, if your realtor hasn't owned up to their side of the bargain, if they're not doing their job, maybe they're never there, they're not showing it themselves, whatever the case is, sign an unconditional release. And that unconditional release just allows you to do whatever you want the next day. The moment it's signed, you can interview agents, you can have people, and you can list it the next day. So you're free to do what you want. I believe that should be the only document available, because really as a seller, it's your choice, and you can do what you want to do at the end of the day because it's your home. Thanks again for tuning in today, everyone. Do feel free to like and subscribe below. Also, if you have topics or questions that you'd like covered on these videos, please send them to us. We want to keep this as relevant as possible for you, so any questions you have, topics you want covered, we will put it up within a week if you do send us that note. Hit us up on all of our social media. We've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Send us anything on there. We will have the video up within 7 days. Thanks, guys.